Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Caveopolis. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a fantastic day. Today, I had a plan. I was thinking before we progressed any further in the mod pack, we should vastly expand our ore generation setup. This little bit here, make it so we've got multiple ore extractors all producing all the various resources and all that kind of stuff, just so that we would be good to go and we wouldn't have to worry anymore about, not having enough iron or like whatever. But I've been doing some thinking on that, and I think it would be better to wait until we get through level 4 and get down to the final level, then can now break Deep Slate and work our way all the way down. And the reason for that is a couple things. First of all, as part of level 4, we're going to unlock some more ores. We'll get all these nether ores, gold, netherite, glowstone dust, and nether quartz. That will be one part of it. But perhaps more importantly, we will get access to Deep Slate. And you can make Deep Slate in an igneous extruder if you have it, and then you can use said Deep Slate in an advanced barrel to make lava. Now, the reason that's actually relevant is because normally what we would have to do is something like this, where we've got our igneous extruder sitting on top of some stone or something like that, and it's producing these little stone pebbles. And then 4 stone pebbles will essentially create, I think it's like 50 lava or something like that. However, for the same processing speed, we can put this thing on top of Deep Slate, and it will produce a block of Deep Slate, which is 4 times as much lava production as these little pebbles. So essentially, we would need only a quarter of the number of igneous extruders. Like, it just seems a lot more sensible, at least to me, to wait until we get through this next level before we continue. There's also, I looked into like the magma crucible from thermal expansion and stuff like that, and it just doesn't really seem like a viable option for magma production, like, because you have to power a magma crucible, so you end up basically using most of the lava to power dynamos, which, yeah. Anyway, so long story short, we're going to be tackling level 4 today. I doubt we'll get through the entire thing, but we'll get through some of it. So I already dug down. If you go down this long staircase, through the water, etc., you will hit a layer of basalt, and then you will hit a layer of magma blocks. And I already did that. I already mined a little bit of basalt and a little bit of magma blocks. And then under that is a layer of straight up lava. It's just lava. And we need this fire protective suit to be able to get through said lava. So, first thing we're going to need is right here. This is an unpacking die. And to make this, we need a magma block, and we need 2 Constantin plates and 2 Invar plates. And then we go like so. And this thing is pretty useful. It will allow you to basically throw it into here. And then if you grab magma blocks, you can toss one of those guys into here, and it will produce 4 magma cream, which is great. Then you can take the magma cream and put it in an eroder to make regular old slime balls. So we can toss that in here. This will do its thing. That's another thing I need to do, is vastly expand my eroder setup, because one eroder just isn't really cutting it anymore, but it's fine. So yeah, that will get us our slime balls. And let's just grab a couple of those. Then it says we need latex. Well, how do we make latex? Well, you can put it into one of these guys. But before we do that, how much latex do you actually get? Because we want to make sure we get a full bucket's worth. I can close this. Latex. So you get 50 millibuckets of latex from a slime ball. So that means you need 20 slime balls to get a full bucket of latex. Okay, that's totally fine. So then if we go 4 of these, that will give us enough, once we send these through the eroder, to get a full bucket of latex, which then, let's see, okay. So an ore extractor. Do we actually, this one's not being used right now, is it? It is not. I'm just going to borrow you if you don't mind. Yep, we're just going to take this one temporarily. And I'm just going to put a block right here to block in that water. That'll be fine. Now, this is our power. It's a little unfortunate. Do I have any more power cables? I totally do. Perfect. Okay, good. We're good to go then. So what we'll do is put an ore extractor right there. Power, power. And this thing will start filling up with power like so. And it should be good. And that actually also means that we could just tell this to output to the top. And then it should just send it up here, right? Like if I put... Yeah, we've got enough magma blocks made. So let's take this out. Because we no longer... you don't want the unpacking die in here when you're making latex. But if we throw this guy in, it is going to use some power, obviously. Also, by the way, these water generators, they generate 1 RF per tick, is what you guys told me in the comments. 1. So yeah, they're pretty slow. That's okay. Thankfully, they're only a temporary measure, and we'll be able to get into dynamos very soon, which are just better in basically every way. So it'll be fine. But anyway, okay, so this did not... Oh, auto output. Right? Auto output enabled. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So actually, this is fantastic then. So we can just toss this in here, and this will automatically fill up with latex, which will then be turned into rubber. And then the rubber, you take and you smelt it to get cured rubber, and then the cured rubber is what you actually need for this protective fabric, which is what is basically used to make all of the bits of the fireproof suit. That and a little bit of iron. So, yeah, that will totally work. Okay, cool. So, yeah, we probably have enough energy here. The nice thing about this, it's like, obviously these generators are very slow, but because you spend so much time not actually using the multi-servo press, it still fills up the buffer anyway, and like it works out just fine. So let's see, how many of these bits of rubber do I need? So for the fire protective suit, we need 2 plus 6 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We need 17 of them. And each time we do this recipe, it will give us 4. So naturally, we are one... we have to do one recipe where we have an extra... okay, that's fine. So that means we need to do this recipe, what, 5 times? That should be, like, completely fine. So let's actually take out all of this. And that, I think, will be enough. Where's my mini charcoal? Here we go. 5. Beautiful. So let's just get this going. Now, I don't know that I have enough string In fact, I am fairly certain that I do not. I know I have some string, though. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I have 5 string right now. That is not a lot. I do, however, have sheep. And what we should be able to do is shear these sheep to get more wool. Stay. And then the wool, I believe, can go into the eroder to give us more string. I've got more... Is this wool? No, that's white colored stone. Here we go. Okay. That should be enough. Between the string that I already have and this stuff, that should be enough string for us to do this, right? This is a 1-to-1? Yeah, okay. Fantastic. So, I think we are going to be good to go, because then you just do one of these, and you do one of these. That gives you your protective fabric, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. We should have everything we need to make the suit once this is all done processing. And there we go, the last piece of the fire protective armor. We should be able to put that on. I wonder, does this... No, it's only fire resistance. So this one gives you water. And this one is fire. They don't... The fire one is not a straight upgrade. They do different things. Okay, well, still. Pretty good overall. We'll just toss all of this stuff into here. Okay, so now that we have this... we can start looking at nether materials, and I think it would be wise for us to make a slightly better pickaxe. Let's see. How much durability does a iron pick have? I don't actually know. 250? This one's 128. Honestly, I'm probably better off just using lapis pickaxes, if I'm being honest. This thing is really not that much better, but it's fine. I should be able to get by without this diving suit, at least for the moment. Do I have a chest? I totally do. Where can I put this? I think we probably have space down here somewhere, right? Like if we, well, first of all... Oh, that was supposed to be a torch. Get it? There we go. We're okay. Okay. So do something like that, and then I guess we'll just dig out a little bit like that, and go boop, and boop. Okay. And then we can throw this chest right here for our diving suit, because I don't think I need to take it with me. I should have enough air, since I know where I'm going, to basically go straight down, get what I need, and there we go. So now we are immune to fire, so we can basically go through all of this lava. Now the thing is, we need... let's grab a magma block. Put it right here. Oh, mistakes were made. It's fine. Do that. I should have grabbed 2 magma blocks, but it's okay. Put that there. And now we have a little spot where we should be safe. And we can see up above where we have to go to get out, so it's okay. Now, apparently you do sink very, very slowly. Oh, and this takes damage. And it actually takes damage pretty quickly, it looks like, so that's a thing. All right. And the lava is quickly falling this way. So let's go 1, 2. Can we get through here? There we go. So this is our doorway or whatever. We'll do something like that. And then we'll start digging down here. That did not take long for us to hit nether brick, but hey, that's okay. Should be fine, right? We can put a torch. What's after the nether brick? Soul sand. Soul sand is after the nether brick. Okay. We're just going to have to use our hand for this, unfortunately, because I don't have a shovel. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. This is a shovel right here. It just doesn't look like one. And now we're into soul soil. And then we hit deep slate, which at the moment we cannot mine. So, not too bad. Okay, good. So that's all going pretty well. And at this point, we need nether bricks, which, okay, easy enough. Blaze powder. You make in, okay, well, you know what? I'll have to figure this out as we go. Let me return to the surface with our new stuff. I should actually, while I'm down here, I should probably grab a little bit of soul sand. Like so. Just so I've got at least a stack of it. And then do the same for all the other materials as well. Okay, so now that we have all of our stuff, we can take some nether bricks, throw this guy into here, turn this off because we're no longer trying to auto output stuff. Was that not correct? Nether brick. Here we go. Oh, you need the unpacking die. Okay, yeah, that would explain it. Okay, so grab this guy, put you into here, and now that gives us nether brick. Okay, nether brick can then be tossed into the eroder to make blaze powder, and blaze powder can be used to make blaze rods, although it looks like you need 8 blaze powder. And this gives you, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it looks like you need 4 nether bricks to make 1 blaze powder. That's a little rough. That's okay, though. And then that should be good enough. Then you can use, ultimately, the blaze rods to make machine frames from thermal expansion. Right here. You need 4 blaze rods for that. Okay, that's a lot. That's fine, though. And then, ultimately, you can also use it to make the ore extractor blazing. And does the ore extractor, just out of curiosity, that will produce blaze rods for you, or blaze powder for you. Okay, so the thing to do then is probably to make the ore extractor blazing first, and then this will just produce blaze rods, so, or blaze powder, which, you know, obviously we want that. So, okay, cool. So, crafting time. Okay, so I think we've got enough blaze rods here now. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to be a little bit short. Oops. That's fine. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And this will give us the last 4 pieces, because we also need 4 blaze rods to actually make the, or 4 blaze powder to actually make the upgrade. In the meantime, though, while we're waiting on that, I think it would be very wise of us to make a tank from Mekanism. And this thing will hold 32 buckets of fluid, and it has a bucket mode. And the reason for that is that, yeah, we could make lava, but you've seen it. We have an entire layer of lava down there, which will be much better. Also, if we build like a bit of a wall, we wall off an area, what we will essentially be able to do is bucket out that area, and then we can get down to the lower layers without actually having to even go through the lava. And I think that would probably be wise. That way, once this fire protective suit takes enough damage and goes away, we won't have to worry about it. So yeah, that I think is going to be the plan. We do have our blaze powder now though, so let's go ahead and make this guy, the ore extractor blazing. So what we can do is toss this into here, and then as long as this thing has lava, it will produce... blaze powder for us. Not very quickly, and it does take a fair amount of energy, but this will still probably be much faster overall than doing it a different way, and 1 bucket of lava will essentially give you 4 blaze powder. So that seems to be the way to go. Now, obviously, what I'll want to do is probably go fill up this basic fluid tank with a ton of lava, and then I just don't need to worry about this thing not being able to keep up. Because this advanced barrel over here is actually producing lava faster than it's being used, so it will eventually get back to full, but yeah, I'd rather make sure that we have what we need. So yeah, that's the plan. First, though, I think I want to take care of that little stone project over there. Well, this is almost done. I just need a couple more blaze powder, and then I should be good to go. Although, actually... Oh, well, whatever. Actually, we'll add 1 more bucket in, because I will need 1 more blaze rod. But while we are waiting on that, there's another thing we can do too, and that is we can take bone meal and make bone blocks. And then we can put the bone blocks into the eroder to make regular old bones, which seems like, why would you want to do that? Well, there is indeed a method to my madness. If we go a little bit further down here to Soul Forge, you'll notice that right here we've got some stuff we're going to need too, although it's not actually giving me credit, so maybe we have to do... I have done this game. Maybe you need to do this before it will let you do this other stuff? But that doesn't make sense, because bone blocks get turned into bones, and then the 2 of them together get turned into the skull. So I don't know what's going on with that. But either way, this was part of a quest. I guess I'll just put these away for now, and we'll do something with them later, since it's being a bit derpy. But that's fine. Now, let's go ahead and make ourselves some more blaze rods. And now we can use a tin gear, 4 glass, and 4 blaze rods to make the machine frame, which will complete nether materials for us. So that's all done. Next step is steel, although this is not just steel, this is a lot of different things. It's listed as steel, but like we've got the Sterling Dynamo. This thing, by the way, is amazing. We are absolutely going to want this for sure. In fact, we'll just go Oh, wait, I need one more blaze rod. And actually, I need 2 redstone, I believe. Right? And then 2 stone. I need 3 redstone. Ba-ba. There we go. Okay. So, once we get this last bit of blaze powder, we'll be able to make our first real power generator, the Sterling Dynamo. And this guy is basically just a generator that uses coal, charcoal, basically anything that you could burn as fuel in a furnace in order to generate power. And rather than a 1 measly RF per tick like these water generators, it is much, much faster than that. So, Sterling Dynamo, there's the recipe. You can use any type of stone. I just used diorite because it's what I had. And now we can pop this guy down, we'll say here, okay? And 0 RF per tick. That's because it doesn't have anything in it at the moment. But if we grab a piece of charcoal, toss that in here, and boom. 20-ish. I think it goes up to 40 RF per tick. If it doesn't actually have fuel in it anymore, but the thermal generators are kind of interesting in that if it gets very close to full power capacity, they will produce power at a much slower rate, but also be more fuel efficient. Like they'll kind of adjust how hard they're working based on how much power you actually need. So if like you're powering a full machine with this and it's not quite keeping up, it'll generate at the full speed, max 40 RF per tick. But if it's not really like if you don't need the power right now, it's not actually powering anything, the buffer is full, 4 RF per tick. Because you're not actually using the power. But yeah, this thing is 40 RF per tick, which is the equivalent of 40 of these water generators. So finally, actual real power generation. Thank goodness. But we still have to get through all of this, as well as nether ores and the soul forge. And I think we are out of time for today, my friends. So we're going to call it there. We got real power generation and a fancy new suit. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.